Flockers, we are live on the patio. What do you think, Max? Is it warm? Is it cozy? Yeah. Oh, hey Tango. Glad to see you joining me. Just restarting this one. I set it for private the first time by accident. Hi, Tango. Yeah, Max has a few things to say to his doggo friend. Hey, you know, Max, that looks a little loose. Can I just tighten up your thing a bit? How did you manage that, huh? There you go. Well, because it's more comfy when it's snug. Here, that's better. You're still safe, but that's better. Yeah. Hey, Einstein, Connie. Hey, loud vehicle driving past. So this morning we've got treats in the form of eggies. And by special request by Tango, our eggies are being served. How are they being served, Max? Can you say it? Can you say in a cone? In a cone. You want the cone? There you go. We've got... Yes! In a cone. Hey, Chris. Hi, Doris. Hi, Connie. So glad to see everybody. We just got started, so you really haven't missed anything. And we're just getting started with some eggies in a cone. Definitely a popular one around here. What do you think, Max? Is that good? Yes, eggies in a cone on a patio in the sun on a warm day. Did I forget anything? Oh, and the flock's here too, virtually. Dropping stuff, hon. Hey, KT, glad to see everybody's joining us. When I'm outside, it's sometimes a little harder to keep up with comments, especially since I'm looking at them on the same camera that I am using to view things. Oops, let me just give that one a good joggle. I'm sure that would help. Hey, Max, can I take the cone? Can I fill the cone? I got more eggies. You know, I'm actually quite surprised he let me do that. Usually he'll fight for the cone if I try to steal it. But I think he understands that I've got a few more eggies. I just refilled the cone. You want more? There you go. Eggies in a cone. Oh yeah, now you're gonna crunch the cone. Is that tasty? Hey Venus, hey Lucy and Linus. Connie's here. Greenbird, Tango of course, Doris. Who else is here? C Sharp. Hello, C Sharp. Glad to see you made it. Chris is here. Einstein's here. Einstein. Actually, Einstein, we're really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe, is the celebration of your hatchiversary. And Einstein's having a live to celebrate that. We're really looking forward to that, Einstein. That's going to be a lot of fun. Is that good, Max? Is that tasty? I bet it is. Yes, pizza corn party tomorrow, Einstein. Flock is really looking forward to it. Yeah, I think you should serve some eggy cones too. Yeah, Max is making a big mess with his eggy cone, but that is to be expected. He is pretty happy to be out here. This was actually a last minute decision. I was debating staying inside because it was quite cloudy and overcast, and then decided last minute to pop outside. because the sun peaked out and it got a few degrees warmer. And I'm really glad I made that decision. I think Max is happy for it as well. Oh, are you done? Are you done with your cone? Are you done? Yeah, you said you were done, huh? Yeah. Would you like to wash that down with a drink of water? Let's do this so I don't put you in shade. Is that good? Once more. You got a really wet beak. You can really see how well powdered his beak is when the tip of it gets wet. The difference in black and gray. Well, it's just from preening. Cockatoos have a lot of powder, don't they, Max? Have you had enough water? Enough? Okay, I will call that enough on behalf of Max. I'll put him in shade for another minute. Oops. There we go. Nice bright sunny shine, Max. Yeah. So I don't know how well the mic's picking it up, but there's a lot of birds tweeting outside right now. A few people walking past, but it is fairly quiet out here. Pathway's not had as much traffic as Max likes. What do you think, Max? Let's get set up over here. Okay. So Max, would you like a spray shower? Are you warm? Yes, maybe they'll come later. Venus, you're absolutely right. Cockatoo plus African gray equals super dust. Yeah, Max picked out his own harness. I gave him his choice. Yeah, there you go, Max. You want some squishies? Want squish, squish, squish? So I've got a spray bottle here. Does anybody, birdie, recognize that sound? That's the sound Max makes. Max, we'd really like to have you in focus for this. Yeah. There we go. Now Max is in focus. You're getting me all wet. If you look closely, you can probably see some of the water drops beating on his feathers. I'll just get a little closer here with the camera. There. This way we can make sure the camera gets soaked, eh? Oh, getting closer with the camera is not helping that focus at all. Does that feel good, buddy? Yeah? So yesterday, Max was, he's on his own when I'm at work. He's downstairs in his cage, I'm upstairs, and he decided it was time to have a shriek fest. Something was wrong. So I came down and checked. He had food, he had water, he had music. He was shrieking. I offered him some toys. He continued to shriek. He was not at all happy about the state of affairs. I offered him a scritchy. Nope, that's not what he wanted. He just kept on shrieking at me. And he was at that point, you know how little kids get when they get so excited, they're kind of go well beyond verbal and there's no reasoning with them and there's no talking to them. they're just screaming for the sake of screaming because the world is horrible. Yeah, Max had gotten into that state. He was beyond reason. He was beyond discussion. He couldn't use, Max is not nearly as good at Tico about using his words, but, he does have ways to communicate. But no, he was just screeching at the top of his lungs, this high-pitched screech of something's wrong. He's really upset. And I tried a few things trying to figure out what he needed and what was wrong. Eventually, I offered him a clean piece of newspaper for the bottom of his cage. That was what he wanted. He wanted to go build a nest with a clean piece of newspaper. Apparently, the piece of newspaper that was in his cage was not sufficient. And he was happy for the next 3 hours just playing with the newspaper, but he needed to tell me he needed more newspaper. And, he'd gotten to that point of meltdown where that was the only way he could tell me that his world was incomplete and he was out of newspaper. So yes, Max is a toddler. And if we contrast that a little bit to Tico's much better at using his words. Earlier this week, we had a few French fries. And when I make French fries at home, I make them with the birds in mind. They're done in the oven without any salt or seasoning added. So they're much healthier for the birds. I mean, it's not as if I'm going out to McDonald's and getting a grease-laden soaked fry for them. They'd probably like that more, but they're getting a plain French fry that's oven baked. So it's not too bad, and they can have a little bit. They're used to sharing my meals with me. So I distributed these, and, I was eating a few, and Tico kept on sort of looking at me, saying he wanted some more. And I said, Tico, you've already had lots. And he looked at me, and he made his noise of disgust, which for him is the nose of a nose blowing into a Kleenex. He's mastered that noise. He made that noise of disgust, looked at me quite pointedly, and said, I want. Clearly he did not agree that he'd had enough already. So that was his way of explaining to me that he did not agree with my logic or my reasoning. So he's actually pretty good about talking me out of things. Spoiler alert, somebody may have gotten an extra fry for that performance. But, it wasn't just him saying I want. It was him making that sound of disdain at the fact I told him he'd had enough. He clearly disagreed with me. So that was actually kind of funny this week. Yeah, so how was your week, Max? Can you tell everybody? Can you tell everybody about your week? I take that as a no. He's not in the mood to talk right now. He just wants to look around, talk when I'm talking. Quite different from an African Grey. African Greys tend to want to talk when nobody else is talking. Oh my birdness. Somebody gave us a super chat. Yes, Einstein, look at you. You're all wet. Yeah, KT, Tico does not like the spray bottle, but he's getting better about it as he gets a little bit older. Oh my goodness, I'm just scrolling here. Yes, Tango, there are rules about bathing in public, but apparently when you're fully feathered, it's okay. Greenbird, don't worry, Max made sure I got wet too. Well, of course you got a shower, Einstein. You've got a hatchiversary to celebrate. All birdies got to be clean. Hey, Lucy and Linus, glad to hear that you're listening. Yes. Let's see, what else have we got? Yes, Lucy and Linus, sweet potato fries are quite yummy. I might actually pick up some sweet potatoes next time I'm at the grocery store and make some from scratch. Oh my goodness, Tango. Tango says buy some sweet potatoes and make baked fries. Thank you so much, Tango. Tango, I'm going to take you up on that, and I'm going to post a video of some sweet potato baked fries. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Always, always appreciated. Yeah. Now, this week we had some fancy foods. We had corn. Hey, Fox is in the house. Hello, hello, Fox. Jan Small's here. Um, hey, Fox. I see you're saying hello to Tango. Two doggos in the house. Isn't that exciting, Max? Max, you want another bit of a spray down? A bit more of a shower? Oh, yeah. So I can get my back. Can't reach it myself. So what Max does during the week is if he wants a shower, sometimes he will take a bit of a shower in his water bowl. And he's got a technique to doing this. It's kind of an innovative technique. What Max does is he will dip his beak in the water bowl, and then he'll click his beak. He'll just make this quick, click, 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 click. And doing so, it just causes water droplets to spray, and he can spray himself with water. Hey, Barbara, glad you're joining us. Venus is here too. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we're caught up on comments. So a few people have been asking about our friend Sue. There were a few comments on YouTube, people concerned about her. I've heard from her in the messages offline, and she has popped up this week into video comment as well. She's fine. She's just had a few things going on in her life that have made it hard for her to hop onto YouTube. But she thanks everybody for your care and concern. But I think that's so cool. The flock does notice when somebody's not been around, especially if they're regular commenters, and we do worry about others. I was just happy I had a way that I could reach out to Sue just to check on her and make sure all was good. So that was super, super cool. If you are on some of the other socials, whether it's InstaFlock or Twitter, and you're regular here, drop me a quick note there as well, so I can make sure that I connect you between your usernames and know how I can reach out if we are ever concerned about you. Yes, we're missing Mookie today too. Mookie comes and goes sometimes. I've seen her in the comments this week. I think she's doing well. But we are getting into the summertime, and summer sometimes people get a little bit busier. More is going on with them, and it can sometimes be a little bit harder to hop on. We're going to keep doing our Saturday streams because this one is regular. Yeah, and we've got, who else we're missing? Pat, Terry, yeah, Lucy and Linus, we know you're on InstaFlock as well, which is great. AV2, yeah, Pie Girl's here today, which is great. It's always kind of nice to stay in touch and see where everybody is. So as we're coming into summer, what we've been doing this past year, and what are we? We're June, we're in the 6th month already. We've been doing a minimum of 5 videos a week plus a live. So a question for everybody, is 5 the right number? Would you rather see fewer videos on Insta or on YouTube rather? Would you rather see 3 videos a week? Is 5 a good number? Should we maybe drop to 4, drop off Fridays? Just sort of as things get busy with the summer, what do you want to see? I like to be repeatable. I like to be predictable, but I also want to make sure that I'm bringing what you are looking for. So, Tango says he sees same ones on Facebook, YouTube, and Instabark. Tango, I do put similar videos, actually frequently I'll put the same short clips on Facebeak, Twitter, and InstaFlock. I do try to do the occasional different ones there. But the YouTube videos, occasionally they will include that short clip, but they're the expanded portion. And I make sure that YouTube has a bunch of footage that has never been seen before on the other channels. So, the case of Tico on the floor digging this week. Hopefully everybody saw that one. Yeah, that was a bird flying overhead, Max. But we had the one with Tico digging. I did include a clip of him on the ladder and a clip of him digging. But if you want the full video and see exactly what he's up to, the 6 minute, the full detail and the narration and the music and the whole meal deal, that's on YouTube. So YouTube definitely has a lot more. Actually, Tango, we're not on TikTok. We are not on TikTok. We are InstaFlock, or as Tango would call it, InstaBark. We are on Facebeak, Twitter. I mean, of course, Twitter. Twitter's built for birdies. And YouTube. Oh, and we also have a channel on Discord. If anybody likes Discord, it's not for every birdie, but if you are interested, that is another place to join in. We're not sharing so many videos, but it's just a way to connect with the flock. And the Discord link is in the description of all of the videos. If you're having a problem getting in, feel free to message me or send me an email, maxmoluccan@gmail.com. Nerd Incognito, Sue's here. Sue, welcome back. Greenbird says they would watch 24/7. Fox says for YouTube, upload as much as possible. Tango says loves watching over and over again. Yes, Liz, there's nothing better than the wind blowing through feathers except for Aggies. And here we had Aggies while wind was blowing through our feathers. Oh, my bird. Let's see what else we've got here. No, really great to see you today, Sue. Everybody's been asking about you. Tango, that's not nice. Tango says, Sue, good thing you're here, because Tango said if you were not here, he would poop in my shoe. I think you just saved Tango's mom from a certain squishy surprise. Hey, Terry. Terry, you're camping? Hey, Terry, glad to see you. Sarasota, Florida, what's the weather like out there? Christine, it is amazing just how many people join us on a Saturday. Yeah, lots of fun sunshine. Lots going on. A little bit more of a spray bath, buddy. Oh, now wind is actually spraying the water right back at me. Okay, now Max has had his water and his stuff. I'm having my coffee, and I think this is the appropriate mug. Sometimes you just got to say cluck it and walk away. This one's actually a really nice mug. It's nice and heavy. It's a stoneware mug. I know I should have a Max mug out here with me today. If you are looking for a Max mug, those are available. I'll post a link to our merchandise store if anybody's interested. But yeah, so that's what I'm drinking out of. It's nice and heavy. It's not going to get knocked over. And I had a lid on it when I came out just because I was carrying a few too many things. Yeah, there's a lot going on today. Terry says right foot's better in a walking boot. So Terry, it's getting dangerous. You are mobile. Yeah, just to clarify, that mug is not available on my channel. That one's a commercially bought mug. Somebody saw and thought it was funny. And I thought it was so great because Max is the Cluckatoo. Oh. Terry, no shade at your site. That sounds like it's a little bit too warm. It is warm and sunny out here. After the stream, we're probably going to duck right back in because Yuman was thinking about an indoor stream and did not put on sunscreens. So right after the stream, we'll duck back in so she can do that. We've been busy out here as well. We've been planting some of our patio planters. I'm just going to pick this one up. So one of our planters right here, this one's sort of the tabletop one. Really pretty, some pretty flowers. Got the big ones over by the door. They're purple and white, and they're not as easy to pick up. But since we are in a patio, all of the plant, everything is plants in a pot. And then we've got the green that is surrounding us in terms of some of the bushes. Some of the bushes down here are beginning to come up a little bit. I need to trim those a bit. Those ones are my responsibility. I thought I might have to replace them. There's a couple that are not doing too well that I may have to pull out. And if I have to pull them out, I'm not sure yet. I might just put down a little bit of indoor-outdoor carpet across that patch and put a few pots on it, because then it's easier to clean up when Max decides to throw toys into the area. And it gives us just a little bit more functional space. Haven't decided yet, but I'll figure that one out in the next little while. What's the best bet to do there? And it depends a little bit how well these bushes come back, or if they're going to remain 3/4 dead and scraggly. Hey Max, oh, you coming over? Oops, you're coming over. Hey, yeah. Well, let's go here. Pop that there. Pop that there. There we go. We've got a Max. And I think he's coming over for scritchies. You know what? I need to readjust this a little bit more, just so it's a little bit lower. Oh, Max. I know. When you come over, I gotta readjust everything. That's the problem of having a tripod. And I don't know why I tightened that down. There we go. Yeah, he wanted the ultimate close-up. Yeah, some good scritchies there. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see here, but we've got a lot of water still beaded on the feathers. So he's just looking for a scritchy after his shower. Yeah, is that good, buddy? Is that good? Yeah. Look at that. Look at your gorgeous red harness, huh? Yeah, right under there. Under there. Oh yeah, let's work our way up to that ear. Oh, new feather. New feather. Yeah, it's molting season right now. We've lost a couple of big, whoops, that's not quite the angle I wanted. We've lost a couple of big flight feathers this week. They really are showy and attractive, yeah. What do you think, Max? Showy and attractive? Just like you, huh? Okay. Okay. Time to talk? That's okay, it's just a sparrow. He didn't dive bomb you this year. Last year we had a rather cheeky sparrow that thought he would dive bomb Max. Max was very upset about the situation. And I think the sparrow was a little bit surprised when Max went into full display, wings out, crest up. Max sort of exploded into 3 times his normal size. And sparrow, I'm pretty sure he was out there on a dare, just took off like he'd seen something horrific. Yeah. Hey, Max. That feel good? You want some more waters? Sprays? So where are you going, Max? I gotta keep you in the camera. Is that good? You've almost had a whole spray bottle today. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a mister attachment for the hose for Max. It's one of the ones that does the fine mist. Max does not like the water when it's too hard or the droplets are too big, but I'm thinking just one of those fine misters might be kind of fun for him in the summer. Might be kind of fun for me too. There you go, Max. Your chair's soaked. Your feathers have droplets of water on them, but as soon as you shake, you're completely dry again. Yeah, the patio's been much friendlier to me this morning. I can happily report I've not seen any yellow jackets, nor have I sat on any of them. Yeah, Max, that's not super funny, you know. I think Max remembers the day that I sat down on the yellow jacket. I showed him I could outscream Moluccan. Let's see. Oh, did you go poop? That was a big splashy poop. Had lots of water to drink, didn't you, buddy? There you go. Just trying to pull up my other phone so I can see YouTube on it, maybe, because I cannot see comments at the angle that this phone is at right now. I just barely sort of lean over and see it because Max is sitting on the arm of the chair rather than the top of the chair. So there we go. Hey, I think I've got luck.
Really wanted to help her mom. Yeah.
I do not need to listen to the audio. So here we go. We've got some chat comments coming through. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Where did I leave off on chat? Bean Feather says that they're molting too. Yes, Terry, it is very bad luck when you break both feet. Yeah, we don't have any cicadas up here either, which is probably a good thing. We do get some grasshoppers. Right now, biggest problem for Max are the rabbits, the robins, and the sparrows. We've got some robins that come up here at night, and I think they actually perch on the railing here and try and tease Tico. Tico speaks a bit of robin, so maybe it's him teasing them. And we have some discussions going on between the robins outside and the flock inside, and Max gets really, really excited about that. Not in a good way. Wants to defend things. Yes, Jan, it's definitely nice out here in the sunshine and seeing all of the activity. Max loves seeing what's going on. Okay. Let's see. What are we missing here on comments? Max, the flock's over here. Whoops. Let's see. Maybe if we go here. That is not going to work with the camera. Let's see if we can get in a better frame. Oh, that was a big truck. Yeah, Max does not like his big trucks. Max definitely does not like his big trucks. But I think you're in focus now. I think that's much better. Let's see. Oh, Doris, best of luck next week. Keep us posted how you're doing. We'll be thinking about you. Let's see what else is going on here. I think Amanda's suggesting a new nickname for Terry, RoboCop. You take care, Terry. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday and enjoy the campsite. Glad you joined us today. Yeah, bean feathers. Molting season's not a lot of fun. It's kind of itchy as those new feathers come in. And we got all the pokies, like these ones right here. I don't know how well they're showing. I'm sorry, Max. I'll leave them alone. Max gets into the mood when he's molting. He says, I'm itchy, don't touch me. And he thinks this makes perfect sense, is to say that he's itchy and to insist that nobody touches him. Oh, so let's see what else have I got here in comments. Amanda, I'd love to see you and Christine hook up. If you are looking to share an email with her securely or something, if you put it in the comments, delete it right after she's gotten it. That might be one option. Okay. Lucy and Linus. You know, that sounds about right. Linus wants a water spray, Lucy does not, and Lucy is on top of the cage, so, or he's on top of the cage, sorry. So, yeah, that's about normal though. Around the flock, nobody ever wants the same thing, and they're all very, very opinionated. Isn't that right, Max? Yes, Tango, I know you were posting on Instabark this week. Amanda says, I'm thinking we all need to start drinking some magic healing tea. My recommendation is for a warm cup of coffee, spelled C-A-W-F-E-E. Magic beans, right? Yes, Connie, I agree. Magic coffee is appropriate. Oh, Mookie's here too, which is always good to see. We were talking about you earlier. Tango says, Mookie, we all missed you and started a Go Find Me fund. Oh. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what else have we got here? Yeah, we seem to have a mix of coffee and tea drinkers. I'll have to admit, sometimes I like a bit of tea in the afternoon, and the flock loves tea. If I have an herbal tea, which is to say something that does not have caffeine in it, sometimes I let them have a little bit. But there are some teas that are formulated for birds. I'm trying to think of the name of the manufacturer, Gray something, and it's escaping me right now, but if you know who it is, feel free to toss it up in the comments. I've heard a lot of good things about them, but they do make teas that are formulated for birds. I'll sometimes just share if I've got, say, maybe a chamomile or something. They'll get a couple of sips. They like the warmth, they like the taste. You know, my approach with the flock has always been, they have their own foods. They always have a bowl with crunchies, which are the formulated foods, and some seeds. They get fresh fruit and veggies, and if I'm eating something that they can eat, they get a little bit of that as well. KT's warning about drinking the Kool-Aid. You know, that's actually a really important point. Okay, let's see, what else have we got? There are so many comments here, it's hard to catch up. I feel like I'm 5 minutes behind here. Oh. All right. And Barbara says she'll take her coffee or tea hot or cold. You know, I've never really gotten into the concept of cold coffee, with the exception of Vietnamese iced coffee, which is more of a dessert, or a frozen cappuccino, which is basically a coffee slush. My big treat, and it's become a really regular thing, is to make myself a slush at home. I just use the blender and ice cubes. May add something, maybe some grapefruit juice, maybe some lemon juice and a little bit of sugar, maybe iced tea mix, maybe orange juice. You know, just whatever is handy, whatever works, and it does make for quite a nice treat. It's quite satisfying too if there's a bit of ice you can crunch on, just sort of smaller crystals. Yeah. Oh, Max, are you still in focus? Okay, buddy. You're still in focus. I just have to sort of keep going back to camera just to make sure we are in focus. I know sometimes YouTube does a lower quality stream and then upgrades it to a higher quality after the fact. I've never quite understood why they do that. I mean, you're here, you deserve high quality. Oh, Max. Yeah, look at those feathers coming in. Can I get those feathers? Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a new one right there, too. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, he knows I'm on a mission. Pinch the pin feathers. Yeah, so it's great to see a couple Doris and Sue exchanging emails, and I love the fact that they're exchanging them and just taking them down right away, because that means that they are protecting their privacy and they're just keeping it temporary. But it also means that we can keep in touch a little bit offline. If somebody's not there, you can check in with them. That's one thing you can do through the PMs on other platforms as well. And, you know, always good to see the flock interconnected. Yeah, it's kind of cool the way that every birdie starts to care about each other. Isn't it, Max? Oh, is it preen time? So, Max, we've been out here. There've only been a couple of cyclists go past. You ignored them. Where are all the people? Where did all the people go? Yeah, I think that's a good question too. Do you think maybe if you balk the people... No chewing. You put holes in the other chair. You're not putting holes in this chair too. Yeah, I was going to bring out the other chair for you, but I just ran out... Did not have time since I thought I was going to stream indoors. But yeah, we'll move your holy chair out here. Yeah. You know better. You're not supposed to chew on the chairs. Yeah, but the other chair is great for indoors. It wipes down easily. And if Max is eating on something, it tends to get sticky and a little bit messy. It works well for streaming. It gives him a nice spot to station. He does like human furniture. He does have his big perches that he'll stand on as well, but he much prefers, it seems, some of the human furniture. He sees humans sitting on it, so he claims it for his own. Do you see people across the street over there, Max? Are there people across the street? Do you think if you balk for them, they might come? Balk, balk, balk. So we're outdoors and there's sunshine. Don't you think we deserve a buck, buck, buck? That's better. Could have used a little bit more enthusiasm though, Max. But I'd like to thank you because you did balk when I asked. You're looking almost ready for a nap there. Yeah? New feathers, new feathers. There. Look at all those new feathers coming in. King of the fluff. So we've got a little bit of a breeze coming through and it's a little bit cooler. It's actually very, very nice. Yeah. You're going to get a feather blowout, buddy. So Max, do you realize that we are over here and you seem to have your back to us right now? I'm going to move your chair just a little bit. There. That's a beautiful show off. Well, that way you can still sit in that angle, but we see you. So Max's foot, if you notice, it's a little bit darker right now. That's because he got it wet before chewing on a mahogany pod, and mahogany pods seem to act a little bit like henna, I think. He really does enjoy the mahogany pods. They're quite soft, and I'd say they're better suited for some of the smaller birds. So if you've got a conure or a pionus, or even some of the littles, they would probably go absolutely nuts after the mahogany pods or even the slices of mahogany pods. Now, having said that, I will point out that both Max and Tico absolutely love them. Around here, mahogany pods appear to be bird nip. They don't last for very long, but they are very, very eager to get their beaks into them. It is softer than I'd like. I'd be much happier if the bird nip style of mahogany pod were a hardwood that they'd have to work on a little bit more. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. If they enjoy them, they can have them as the occasional treat. It's always good to find new things that the flock enjoys, but definitely if you've got smaller birds, that might be something to look into. If you're wondering where to find mahogany pods, you've seen them pop up a little bit more often. If you're in Canada or the States, you can order from our friends over at Parrot Trends. They don't sponsor this in any way. We just mention them because this is where we find mahogany pods. They do, you know, they've not given us anything to mention them, but they are a really, really good place to shop. That's where we shop for a lot of our toy parts, such as our blocks, our mahogany pods, some of our treats. So well worth checking out. But they do have the mahogany pods both in small packages and large packages, and they ship to both Canada and the States. I know some of my friends in the States have ordered from them, and they said with the exchange rate, you know, it's really good to, you know, very, very affordable, and the shipping into the States is fantastic. So that is an option if you're looking for mahogany pods. But that's why Max has a partially stained left foot right now. Had to stop and figure out if his left or his right. Yes, Max. It kind of reminds me of the time that I had Athena. She was a Leicester sulfur-crested cockatoo, and she had some toys that had been dyed with some food-safe coloring, so basically food coloring. And a lot of bird toys, when they get wet, they do bleed the colors. Some people worry about this, but it's a good thing. Usually if you use, say, food coloring or food-safe dye on toys, when they get wet, they'll bleed some of that color. And that is far better than a dye that is toxic to a bird that is steadfast when it gets wet. I'd rather have something that bleeds any day. But Athena had chewed a couple of pieces of toy off of her hanging toy, and she took them over to her water bowl and she dipped them in. And she had one that was red. She got it wet, and when it was red, it was dripping basically red food coloring. So she applied this to her feathers. Now, despite cockatoo feathers being hydrophobic, I don't know how she managed it, but she worked the dye into her feathers, and she did the same with, I think, green and blue. And I came home to have Art Nouveau birdie, and I was trying to figure out why this bird looked like a rainbow had exploded. I mean, we hadn't gotten her ready for Pride. She'd just decided that it was fun to play with these bits in the water, change the color of the water, and she'd worked that into her feathers, and she was very pretty. You know, humans change the color of their hair. Why can't the birds change the color of their feathers? Yeah, it took a little while to wash out, but color seemed more steadfast on the feathers than it did on the toy. So I'm sure one of these days we're going to have Max dyeing himself with some of his block toys, because he does prefer those just held in the foot rather than as a hanging toy. And that's okay. I mean, every bird is different. If I hung a bunch of blocks in his cage, he'd ignore them for a year. If I hand him a small block foot toy, he'll probably destroy it in 10 minutes. You know, on the chair, we've all seen he sometimes likes the game of toss and drop and throw, all popular variants. And sometimes he'll shred the toys on the chair, but if he takes one of those toys back to his cage, that's when he'll turn it into toothpicks, and he's more willing to just play shred. So he has different ways that he plays with things in different contexts. Tico's been really getting into shredding wooden blocks inside of his cage as well. He's been quite enjoying that. You know, he'd much prefer shredding some squash or shredding corn cobs. You know, that's his favorite love. Max, not so much. Max will eat some bits of corn, but he's not so happy about the corn cobs this year. It may have just been that it was Tuesday and they were yellow. Let's see, what else we got here for comments? Yeah, I think I'm still live. Let's see. Oops. Let me just see if I can bring up. There we go. Oh, a minute to lose that over here. I'm just going to pull up comments on secondary phone just so I can see what we've got. Oh my bird, what have I got here? Let's see. So yeah, a few people are talking about Einstein's pizza corn party tomorrow. Absolutely hope to see every birdie there. Einstein has a special hatchiversary, and it's possible that the Canadian flock has sent him a special treat for it. You have to join him to find out. Yeah, it's always time for snacks. Yeah, sunbathing today is definitely, oops, let's move that down a little bit. Max, nobody can see you when you're down there. Oh, keep moving where it's hard to see you. It's preen time. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta look pretty there, Max. Let's see. There. I think I'm in frame now. That's sometimes the frustrating part, is staying in frame. Hey, Kathleen's here. Hello, Kathleen. Hey. What you doing? What you doing? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hi. Oh. There we go. Oh my goodness. There you go, Max. New feathers. Yeah, lots of new feathers. So Pie Girl, yes, Max is on Facebeak under Max the Moluccan. Yeah. KT Spirit, I did see that video on YouTube with Mikey and Macaw and friends, and the hot pepper eating contest between humans and parrots. You know, there is no comparison. The parrot will always win because the parrots are not affected by capsaicin, which is the chemical that makes peppers hot. So, hey Max. Did you see Peoples? Yeah, he had a bag full of Timmy Hortons. I don't think that was for you, though. Oh, most exciting thing to happen today. Yeah. Good. That's right, Max. So polite. Hello. Yeah, no, that's not a delivery for us, Max. If you go to the other side, there's some that face the inside of the courtyard. The numbers sort of alternate. I think that's probably where it is.
Thank you.
Good luck. Yes, Max. Yes, you were so polite. You even said hello. I'm super proud of you. Did you see the look of surprise on his face when you said hello? I know he wasn't in the camera, but it's always cool to watch. Yeah, Max is definitely engaged looking for more people now. One thing he's been watching, and I'm just going to sort of scroll over. If you see over here, I'm just going to try and point with my finger. There's a for sale sign right here, and it's partially detached and it's just sort of wildly swinging in the breeze. I think that's one thing he keeps catching his attention as the breeze hits it and it starts swinging wildly, just because it's such unexpected motion. Don't think it's going to be standing for long. But yeah, so we might get some more neighbors across the street. You know, these units here and across the street. My place is, this one I bought new and it's about 4.5 years old. Some of them were built a little bit earlier, so they might be 5 years old. So it's still a new community. Behind us, they're building up some more complexes as well. Max is not at all happy with the small field being taken over by big equipment and refuses to walk over there right now. I think I've posted a few reaction videos where he's walked over and said that is an absolute nope, I'm not going there. But you know, we're going to have some more neighbors over there too. More people to say hello to. But Max enjoys getting out. He enjoys the sunshine. He likes the little patio. We've got somebody walking past on the other side of the street, and Max seems to be spending a lot of attention on them. What do you say, Max? I don't think they can hear you. Maybe if you balked really, really loud, really hardy balk, they might hear you. Yeah. Yeah, Max certainly prefers it when there's people walking past and he sees people. I'm actually kind of glad that we're not on the inside of the courtyard because there's a lot more activity out here. And it is quite private with the trees and with the little fence. You know, we are on a fairly major road, but it doesn't feel like it. What are you doing, Max? Are you getting in trouble? Was that an I don't think I got in trouble. I don't think I did that. Yeah, and we're definitely getting a little bit closer to opening and whatnot with COVID. You know, more and more people are getting vaccinated. Numbers are coming down. We are watching some of the variations of Delta quite carefully with a bit of concern. But Max will be really happy when we can start doing meetups again. And when we're doing those in Calgary, we'll let everybody know where they're happening, and we will publish some videos with some highlights from them. I know Max will be very happy when he can visit with people again. He's only seen people from a distance this year, a social distance. Although you did collect a sneaky scritch from Lori, didn't you? You sat on the chair, I stood 6 feet away from you, and she gave you a quick scritchy after sanitizing her hands. You like that? Yeah, it's really been hard on the social bird. You know, Chico has not been bothered by it at all. He thinks that, you know, it's just normal to hang out on his own. Yes, lots of stuff. Pie Girl was asking, can you repeat the store name where I find my mahogany pods? I go to Parrot Trends and parrottrends.ca. So just think about Max being a trendy parrot. So Parrot Trends, they don't sponsor us in any way, but that is where we do a lot of shopping. And if you do pick up something from her, just say that Max sent you. Or she'll smile. Sandy's a really, really great person, and I know she'll take good care of you. Her customer service, and I don't talk about customer service that often because how often do you notice when customer service, if it's what you expect, you don't say anything. If it's bad, you talk about it. But her customer service is absolutely exemplary. We had, first time we ordered from her, we actually had a slight misshipment. And I just reached out to say, I think I ordered something a little bit different. She corrected it immediately, shipped the right thing immediately. She actually had been watching the unboxing video because I like to do that with Max and Tico. They have some fun with it. But she'd been watching and I said, well, that's a bit of a surprise. Didn't think I'd ordered that. And she had it here, within 2 days with an apology and just said, no, hold on to the other product. The other one was a little too small for the flock, so we passed it on to another friend. But she's got me as a customer for life because she takes care of people. She actually cares. She's also very recently had a fundraiser auction that was on Facebeak. I shared it on Facebeak. It's over now. But she has a macaw by the name of Bellamy who has a number of medical issues. And although we have some wonderful avian vets in Calgary, Bellamy had to fly to Vancouver in cabin to see a specialist out in Vancouver. And last update that I read, I may have missed one, but they've been checking out Bellamy. They've been trying a number of different treatments. They did some MRIs. They've still not figured out completely what the problem is, but she's had some fairly high medical bills as a result. I mean, it's always kind of scary, I think, when you send your parrot to the vet, especially if there's anesthetic involved. Anesthetic and birds do not work well, and it is high risk. So, I'm glad to hear that Bellamy is doing well, but she did do a fundraising auction. We're really happy that we were able to participate by buying a couple of items. Next time, hopefully I know what's coming so I can donate a few items. But she also had a note up if anybody wanted to donate directly to her vet hospital in Vancouver and earmark it for Bellamy, they could. So I thought that was super great of her. But she's a really, really great person. She has birds. She loves birds. She's out there for the bird lovers. So, so I was meaning to talk a little bit about Bellamy last week, but that's okay. Bean Feathers asks about harnesses. When I get Bean Feathers for harnesses, this harness is very, very adjustable. The big size is the size that goes over top of the head, and then everything else here is adjustable. I get aviator harnesses. Max has a few of those, and they are available from a number of places. The Parrot University is the group who manufactures them, and they have a number of places they're available. Parrot Trends also carries them, and they do have a chart which is quite true to size. Now, Max is quite big for a Moluccan, and since he is larger than the average, I did move up one step, and that fits Max perfectly. I might have gotten away with a smaller harness, but with Max's crest feathers, it may not have worked out quite as well. But as long as it fits over the head, the rest is quite adjustable. So although I did go up one size, it seems to fit well. I put it on a little bit lazy today. It is a little bit loose, so it's hanging. It's not bothering Max, but he is secure, and that's all I worry about. If you are interested, I did post a video about how to put on and take off the aviator harness, just because that's the harness that Max has. I think there's some great harnesses out there, some very, number of people who do make them. Key is you want something that goes around the parrot's body, not just the ankle. If you just go around the ankle, you are at risk, if the bird is startled, of ending up with a broken leg. unlike falcons, a parrot's legs are, do not do well with that kind of force. Although, if you go outside, any harness is better than no harness. Tico's been a little bit picky lately on going outside, so he's only been coming outside in a carrier until he's willing to behave himself, quit acting hormonal, and wear a harness properly. I did get him a new aviator harness this year. He's got a blue one, and hopefully he will come outside with it, but there might not be video of that. Tico does not especially care for the camera, and at the end of the day, I'd rather keep all of my fingers, so I'm likely to be quite cautious with bringing out a camera when he's outside with the harness. So you might not see it. There's a lot that happens with the flock that, you just don't have a camera handy. But Max, are you having a good day? You laughed? You saw the bicyclist go by? And the sun just hid behind a cloud? Now, I kind of like this light. It really shows off his feathers well. I think he's a really pretty bird when you see this kind of light. It's very easy otherwise for some of the, where do we go here? Very easy when the sun comes out to overexpose, and I think that's what the cameras tend to do automatically. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, there you go, Max. Oh, came in for a scritchy. Now, I think it's kind of cool that everybody shared off their email addresses. I'm coming up towards the end of the stream, so I'm going to remind you, if you did temporarily share your email in the stream, now would be a good time to go back, find that comment, delete it, just to secure your own private information. I don't think you can delete it after we end the stream, but I encourage you guys to connect a little bit offline as well, and just be mindful. If you are going to share somebody's email address with another member of the flock, check with that person first to make sure that it is okay and that they have given permission. I think that it's, if you were on today's stream where they shared it, permission is implied. But before sharing it outside of that, whoa, I'm sorry, Max. Was not paying attention. I put my hand in his beak. It's a bit of a surprise. He didn't bite, but he could have. Should pay a bit more attention, right, Max? But just protect your own privacy on that. So I'm really glad that everybody connected. Oh, hey, Ornithology Dude joined us a little bit late. Sorry, Ornithology Dude. I'm going... No chewing on that, Max. No chewing. So I think I'm going to call that one a bit of a day. But before I do so, I'm going to just pick up the camera. I'm going to pick up Max, and let's see if we can go get... Come on up, Max. Come on. Let's get a really healthy box. Oops. So hang on for 1 minute. Apparently I thought wrapping that on the tripod was a good idea. Hey, Max, can we get a bok out of you? Can we get a bok? You want a bok? Or do you want to watch me bok and look silly? Apparently, he wants to watch me bok and look silly. Hey, Max, bok. Can we get a bok? Bok. Okay, Max says no. But that's okay, too. I'd like to wish every birdie a great day. If you're joining Einstein tomorrow for his hatchiversary party, we'll see you then. At least... Well, thank you, Max. Oh, my goodness, Max. You are a goose. Has anybody ever mentioned that to you before, that you're a goose? Yeah. All right, everybody, we're out. We will talk to you soon. Have a great week and stay safe.